and welcome to another edition of Droppin Baums with me, your host, Corey Baumeister, as always brought to you by the lovely folks over at StarCityGames.com. All right, everyone, this is the modern deck of all modern decks. It combines all my favorite things in Magic's history. Yorion being the current favorite thing for me, and then Copycat Combo, 4-color Copycat Combo where you get to play Oath of Nissa and the combo and just a plethora of fun options. I added Stoneforge Mystic package to be able to have a kind of secondary win con so that when your opponents are trying to sideboard for the combo, you get to juke and just kill them with a Batter Skull. Me and Zach Allen worked on this deck, and let me tell you, it turned out to just be a beaut. I got 3 really fun matches for you, 3 really strange matches for you, I have to say as well. So fast forward to any of them below, as well as head to the deck tech where I do talk about results, as well as possible changes I would make. And I had one very key card that I've loved in previous iterations that I would change moving forward. So watch the matches and then check out that deck tech. I hope you enjoy the matches because they are a delight. We'll see you in round 1. All right, welcome to round number 1 here with Yorion 4-color Copycat, a deck that is very near and dear to my heart. So I am really excited to get to these battles. So let's do it. We are on the play, so we gotta love that. I would like Yorion. Thank you for asking. Thank you for asking. Okay. This seems fine to me. We got a nice 1-mana spell, a little bit of interaction. Cat can blink out growth later. Seems super fine. If we top deck Saheeli, we just have the win. So let's do it. Okay. So what do we want to get first for a land? It really doesn't matter. So I think just Snow Forest seems fine for me to get here just because it is going to turn into a land of any type. So it's either that or take 2 for Stomping Ground or something like that. But I see no point in doing that. So let's get one of our 2 Snow Forests. Slap this on there. Okay, sword. Bit of an awkward draw. Gonna be a bit weird when we draw some of these pieces that seem like they really belong in a Stoneforge Mystic deck because, well, we kind of jammed them together on this one. I wanted a Copycat list to function as well as have a nice plan B for when they go all in on the combo. So it makes it harder for them to sideboard, realistically. All right, okay. Well, the jig is up. They're going to be, well, maybe not the jig is up. They're still probably somewhat confused. Cat probably gives away what we're playing, but the one beautiful thing is you cannot take the companion. So we're always going to keep this as a reminder right here that we do have our companion. I'll put companion right near to my head here because it's near and dear to my heart. All right, deciding to take Mana Leak. That makes sense to me. Now there's no reason to try to shock in or anything. So we could Misty for another land. Misty for a duel or something. But I think we'll just put Stomping Ground into play tapped and say go. Give ourselves the option to do that next turn. And we don't want to play our Waterlogged Grove yet, just because we don't want to sack it yet. We want to make sure that we have white mana to at least have a good turn 4 play of just 4 mana, 1/4, draw a card. It's completely fine. All right, something like a Dark Confidant is what we would like. Not really Wrenn 6. Wrenn 6 seems pretty good for them. So come on, creature. I guess we can't kill a Goyf, huh? All right, can't kill that Wrenn 6 either. So we'll just have to let them gain infinite mana here, basically. And just beat them with the old busted combo decks. Jund against Copycat has always been a great match. It's always good. They have a lot of interaction, but we just have a ton of value, you know? So it gets to be very interesting. All right, now the question is, do we just want to jam a Sword of Feast and Famine? And I kind of think we do. It is nice to have that little bit of a surprise effect of play it, you know, and then just attack and get that initial draw, plus untap the turn you play it. But since they already know about it, it has a lot less of an appeal. So I think we're going to start by just playing the sword. Now it does open up their like Culligan's commands to be a little bit better. That is one consideration. And I guess Culligan's command is pretty bad outside of that. But we don't really care if they go destroy that, have us discard our Heath. That is not the biggest hit to us, so why not? Let's jam. All right, sword. And then worst case, if we really needed to lightning bolt next turn and we didn't want to Felidar Guardian, or if we really needed to lightning bolt but we also wanted Felidar Guardian down, we could Guardian and then blink the Stomping Grounds. Not a great play, but it is something we can keep in our arsenal here. No land? Yeah, I was going to say no land makes 0 sense. They just went to their other phase here by accident. It's like, oh, no land. We're going to be sitting good this game. You have a Renin 6, sir, madame. All right. So, things I'm not loving is if they would play Liliana. I would not love that. Wouldn't be my favorite thing in the world. We do get to value them a little bit, but with Felidar Guardian, but it would still be quite scary. Okay, just ticking up on nothing. Interesting. I guess they have plenty of lands. Oh. Jace the Mind Sculptor, eh? Well. That's a tough one to not play. Because what could they have? Now, if they have Lightning Bolt plus Renin 6, that is not enough to take it down. But, like, yeah, okay. But Lightning Bolt plus a Bloodbraid Elf takes it down quite easily. So I think I'm going to protect it until we can go Jace into Bolt next turn. I think that's better. And we're going to leave this Heath. So we're going to deal ourselves a little bit of damage here. And we'll see what they want to do about the old Felidar Guardian. Our charming prince here. Our charming prince kitty cat. All right, we'll blink this. Now we can put this onto another land if we want. Yeah, we had to expect that they were going to... Oh, that makes sense. They wanted this for Fatal Push. Well, that's kind of rude. That was quite rude. And they're going to kill it? Well, everything about that was rude. I guess playing the Jace the Mind Sculptor would have been a lot better in the face of Decay and Push. But hopefully it's still good next turn. Liliana. Okay. Now the real question is, what are we going to discard? Bolt or Heath? Yeah, they have stripped our resources. Getting rid of our growth there actually kind of hurt, which is pretty awkward. If we get rid of the land, we probably have to brainstorm to be able to back this up, and then they can just bolt Jace, which is not an exchange I want them to do. I'm still going to get rid of the land. I think it's correct. Don't have access to white mana, though, so take that as you will. So now I think I want to do this play where I go Jace, tick up on, I think them, because I'll probably have to sack this. So we're going to tick up on them. Do I want them to draw a Tarmogoyf? Not really. I don't have a great answer for Goyf, so... yeah, I think we're going to put that at the bottom. We're going to play this and say go. Then if they go to make us discard this, we can at least bolt one of these Planeswalkers. Because I think we just have to bolt Renin 6 here. I mean, they're both getting close to ultimate, so it's pretty scary. Those two together is a dangerous combo. I mean, I have to hit Renin 6, I guess. Bolt Renin 6, buy us some time on that. And now we're desperately hoping Jace lives. It's kind of our only hope here. Okay, we gotta brainstorm here. They're trying to Kolaghan's command us. All right. So we can get rid of the 2 lands. Ooh, we don't have white. So we do need... Oh, we have abundant growth. That's right. Yeah, let's get rid of these lands then. Abundant growth on island. White. Yeah, I guess we have to draw one of them. Stoneforge Mystic. Yes. Get Batterskull. Now we could just equip. Then they can make a sacrifice or do something along those lines. This does become green, so we can kind of make them sacrifice. They do have the line of just negative on Stoneforge, negative Renin 6 on Jace, attack Jace, kill Jace, and we have a bit of a problem. Don't know if there's much we can do about that, except just jam Batterskull the turn after. But they do have this again. We're in a bit of a pickle here. Yeah, they just got too many planeswalkers down too quickly. But let's try to... All right. Think I need to sacrifice this. Could just go get this land. The whole point is I want to take a little bit less damage. So let's go like this. Equipped here. All right, and we'll say go. Now they do have that awesome play of spending their entire turn doing this. Of using this to kill this creature, using this to ping 1, and Raging Ravine to hit this. But then they do nothing, and at least we can drop a Yorion or a Batterskull, depending on what we draw. So we're going to be clawing back in, slowly but surely, hopefully. Okay, they did return the land, so they can't Renin 6 kill Jace that easily. Maybe that is a line they didn't see. Hopefully, you know, I mean, already that line scared me. If we get to keep Jace for an extra turn, I'm all about it. And if they want to tick up Liliana, give her to Batterskull, a good play as well, but then they are risking us being able to attack it. And if we can attack Lily, that's great. Yeah, and we are going to run into the problem of we just have to attack Liliana, or we're likely quite dead. But we could even get a fetch land and Sanctuary back Lightning Bolt. Or, you know, God forbid, get Copycat and... or Felidar Guardian and Saheeli. We would actually be able to do it, because you do just need 6 lands when you can blink out one of your lands with Felidar Guardian. So if we were able to find both of those off Jace, we would be sitting pretty. All right, sacking the creature, you know, that does suck a little bit, but that's buying us a lot of time with this ultimatum. Or ultimate, I should say. Green. Oh, is this just a ravine? Okay, I think they missed that play with Renin 6, because there's no reason to put Jace to 1. Unless they're attacking us to 8, which is reasonable as well. It's almost better than putting Jace to 1. Okay. And now we do get to Yorion and reset it. Oh, yeah. This is going to be nice. We can brainstorm and then reset, so that this is going to go to 3. Yes. I like that. Okay, hopefully they have nothing else to play this turn, and I feel okay. It's going to be a nice turn, hopefully. And I mean, there is a chance we just win this turn, which is pretty nice. Oh, it's getting even better. The odds are getting even better. Saheeli. Ah, dang it. Okay, well, what aren't we going to play? Probably Batterskull. It might be best to Felidar Guardian, blink Jace, and then brainstorm again. How many cards are we actually getting deeper? We're putting 2 cards back, so it's only if the card is 1 more card deeper. I don't think that's great. So let's just go like this instead. We're going to put this on top, this on top. Let's go with Astrolabe. Draw. And then let's just Yorion. And then we get to draw a bunch of cards. Okay. Blink out this, blink out this, blink out this. Okay, say go. Now let's put this grove, or this land onto our grove, just so we don't have to take damage with it. So let's attach this here. We might also get a bolt. So yeah, let's... Okay. That's all we got. At least we got through that brainstorm, so we're drawing fresh cards. And now let's see what they can do. That was a nice little, a fun turn at least. I don't know how busted it was, but... Now, once again, they do have an awesome play of negative on Lily, kill Yorion, and then just attack Jace. They are risking the fact that we could have a path, though. A path would just wreck them. And we do play 4, so it's kind of unfortunate we didn't draw one, but still fine. Jace is probably long for this world. Or is not long for this world, I should say, but that's okay. Interesting. Bloodbraid? This just shows how great Modern is, though, to be honest. Like, these games have already just been so awesome. Okay, so here's Bloodbraid. Seal of Fire. Okay. Okay. Card actually is really good against breaking up our combo, which is unfortunate. All right. Jace down. Now it's going to be time to just deploy some threats. A new Lily. Okay. Good thing we got an extra card. But now they do get to do the sacrifice thing again, which is unfortunate. Okay. Okay, so now we can't even combo if we top deck it. That seal was actually such an insane hit. God, why did they have to have it? Ugh. I mean, we can make them use it, I guess. It's probably not bad. 1, 2, 3, 4. We do get to draw a decent amount of cards off this. And we get to attack. Okay. All right, let's try this. Guardian, Blink. Let's Blink Astrolabe. Draw. Now we could put a bolt on top. Yeah, okay. This is kind of sweet. Mystic Sanctuary. Lightning Bolt. Yes. Red Sahili. Copy of Felidar Guardian. Now they should wait on this seal. They should wait until I target. They just gave us an extra draw. Okay. Blink Astrolabe. Get the bolt. This was a pretty sick turn. Bolt this. Lily finally dealt with. Okay, but this is definitely not over by any means. We're still in a lot of trouble, but that was a great turn. It was a great turn, but we're still in a little bit of trouble. Another one. 4, 5, 8. All right, 9. We're pretty close to dead. But we are probably going to have a chance to top deck Sahili for the win. Which is honestly, at this point in the game, I think all we can really ask for. Because we've been behind basically the whole time. We've just been doing what we can to stay alive. But We do get to play Batter Skull next turn at worst case. I think they would be smart of them to negative Ren here instead of positive it. So 8, 9, 10. Yeah. We're in trouble. We are going to have a decent amount of draws at it. Come on, kitty cat. We've only seen one Saheeli. Not bad. We do have an 80 card deck though, so that doesn't help us that much, but they did get a land back. So now they can retrace next turn though, which is pretty dang good. Okay, so the Felidar, or that as a top deck, allows us to play this Guardian and blink Astrolabe, and if we miss, just play Batter Skull. So we're going to leave this tapped because we're not going to sack that land basically regardless. I guess maybe we blink this. Yeah, okay, we're going to blink this now. Yes. Let's put it on Sanctuary just in case we need to play like, you know, something. We got Astrolabe as well, so it doesn't matter. Ooh. Well, it doesn't do too much, I don't think. Yeah, they can just retrace Fatal Pushes, which I think is too much for us to handle. But we might as well make them do it. I don't think we can brainstorm into anything, and we can't really push this down. Okay, so we're just going to Batter Skull. And see if they find lethal. All they got to do is just trace and bring back Fatal Push, but we'll make them do it. I think they see the line. Well, this was a good game. This was a well-fought game. We got beat fair and square. But we definitely gave ourselves the max amount of chance, I think. So, with that, we'll hold our head high. As corny as that sounds. All right, we're just waiting for them to see the line. Fatal pushing the germ. They got to have another land. Okay. GG. That was a good game. That was a really good game. All right, what do we want here? I think Veil in some numbers is really strong. And outside of that, I don't want a ton. I want ways to deal with Liliana and stuff, but I guess we just don't have great ways. Maybe we need some purges in the board now that I think about it. That card is a problem, but on the play, we do have some ways to deal with it. These lightning bolts seem kind of weak. Path just seems better. Yeah, with Glyph and stuff. Oath of Chandra seems pretty bad. Is it just Veils that we want here? Could definitely see it. Could also see Lightning Bolt not being that bad. Ren and 6 is awesome because it just gives us stuff to discard. Teferi Bounce is sweet. Okay, let's do it. And people that don't play 4 Veils whenever you're playing a green deck, I just think is crazy in Modern. So I have just been loving 4 Veil in this deck. Not even necessarily for specifically this deck. Like, Counter Spells is more where I want. But, you know, black removal, black hand disruption, stuff like that is still very important. And Veil against Jund on the play is a lot better than Veil against Jund on the draw. Just because of hand disruption. So, I mean, if we have a Veil in hand and a Sackline, we just go Sackline, go, come on, do it, you know? On the draw, I think we'll switch out Jace for Lightning Bolt, when we win this game, hopefully. Just to be a little bit more defensive. But I think on the play, this is better. No companion from our opponent as well, I think it's interesting. I mean, just valuing Liliana and Bloodbraid instead of Lurrus makes sense to me. Honestly, you know, I mean, everyone plays the companions right away because they are the new hot thing to play. But, you know, these are some very powerful cards. And they've established Jund for so very long. So, all right, let's play first. Okay. I think this is all fine. We're going to keep. What do we start with first? Probably an Abundant Growth. It seems more important to just guarantee that land, but just getting an Oath and getting a land seems also very important. Plus, Oath in play helps out Teferis. I'm going to actually go with Oath. So we're going to try to get green-blue. Breeding Pool? Breeding Pool seems fine. Or green-white. Yeah, green-white seems better. Let's get a Breeding Pool. Or a Temple Garden. I don't have a Temple Garden. That's right. Okay. Let's get Breeding Pool then. All right, we're going to get Oath. We're just trying to find a land. Stoneforge or Misty? I think I'd rather have a Misty. Just to guarantee the land drop, we'll say go. That'll be nice to blink with Yorion, you know, 4 turns from now. Okay, Raging Ravine. Okay. Now, I think we can safely Abundant Growth just this land. And Breeding Pool tapped seems fine. We'll say go. Hopefully we have something to Teferi bounce next turn, and then we'll be really sitting pretty far ahead. Ren in 6 or something would be fine as well. We just don't want to Thoughtseize, basically. Now we're setting up a good Yorion start here just to kind of win the control way. Even if they do stop our combo, you know, we can just control the game into such a point where we can even win with Stoneforge, you know? And a Goyf. That's a nice Teferi target. We'll take that. Now remember, we can use any mana here. We do have enough to activate it, but with Oath, you can really cast any Planeswalker. A second Jace. So to prove it, we'll go green, green, blue. As if you needed proof. All right, bounce this. Be on our way. We'll say go. Liliana, I bet, huh? Fulminator Mage. Interesting. It does hit out our Abundant Growth, so yeah, that kind of sucks. Not too big of a deal, but still annoying. Okay, so let's start with Astrolabe. Have a nice cantrip turn. There's one piece of the combo. Let's go with an Oath. There's not one piece of the combo, but Stoneforge seems awesome right now, so let's get that. Any order. I'm going to play this in case we need to pass something, and we'll say go. Like I said, we're just gaining control right now. Let's see what they want to do. This does shut off Bloodbraid, so that is quite good. Sure. They do have that Goyf as well. Depending if they play a land, we might path it. We might just like Jace bounce it. Yeah, they played a land, so I'm inclined to path probably. Liliana. Just controlling the effectiveness of our Yorion. Smart. Okay, so we're going to go like this. We're going to get this Triome. They're probably going to Fulminator that, but that's okay. Now let's just Jace and tick up on ourselves. Look at the top of myself. No, I'll be keeping that one. All right, we got the combo locked up now. Now we just got to kind of protect it. And don't forget, we do have a Yorion. It's about that time. It's getting to be about Yorion o'clock. It's been a good game so far. I think we felt and are and have been ahead the entire game. But they're definitely doing their best to minimize our Yorion effectiveness, which is really what you have to do here, in my opinion. So, see what they choose to do. Double Goyf is interesting. Okay. So we're one land away from winning. I kind of like Stoneforge and Path. Kind of like maybe Bounce, Saheeli tick up, and then say go. It's okay. Or so we know they have Fulminator Mage. Well, we just gotta kind of play. All right. Because one more land and we just win with the combo, so I kind of don't want to expose that. Because I also don't want to put a Fatal Push target out there if I don't have to. All right, I'm going to try my first instinct. What was this? Tick up. I think we'll bottom that. I will bounce this, and then we'll just say go. Now we have the path to protect this a little bit. And we can Sanctuary to get the path back if we want to, or just get a dual land, depending on what they do. We know they have Fulminator Mage. Okay, and if they just go to kill both Planeswalkers, we are just going to kill the one that protects Saheeli and then win. And if they go all at Saheeli, that does suck a little bit more. Then we might not even path. I don't know we have Guardian yet, though, to be fair. It's definitely a tricky situation, because you got to be careful what you hit. I think we'd probably just path the Ravine. Nah, I just probably wouldn't do anything. They are playing glacially slow, though, that's for sure. Probably hate to win by clock, but I think we we maybe would. I guess if we're trying to combo off, we would let them catch up a bit. All right, so we win. Okay. Let's see if they make us click it out. Nice. Respect. Respect. Okay, on the draw, I think we are going to do what I said. Cut the Jaces for the bolts. Be a little bit more reactive. I even want to bring in the other bolt for one of these remands. And then let's jam. Okay. It's a little risky if they take our Astrolabe on turn 1, but we're going to keep. Cantrip City. Uh-oh. I guess we do have 2 Astrolabes. What am I thinking? Yeah, never mind. We're fine. Our hand is perfect then. That is a tough one. Okay, Mana Leak is the choice. Can't trip. Mana problems are over. Ren. Okay. Now we're just going to do the cantrip thing again next turn. All we want to do is set up our Yorion so far. So let's go with Astrolabe to start. A lot of lands so far. Wow, okay. That's enough of that. All right. This one's better at finding gas. Teferi's quite good. Say go. No Liliana, please. I guess we do have plenty to discard, though. Bob. Okay. Probably just going to have to Teferi bounce that. Okay. Let's just go with this. That seems fine. Teferi bounce to keep them off cards. They can ping it with Ren and 6, of course, but not that big of a deal. We're just trying to set up our Yorion to be able to be as effective as possible. It's looking to be insane so far. All right, another Oath is fine. Could be anything. Could even be another Teferi. Could have did that with Ren and 6. It's a questionable play. And ticked up on nothing. Yeah, I mean, you're going for the emblem here. I totally get that. I hate to win off clock, but I think our clock is looking just as good as we are in the game. Trying to go... Oh, Crocs. Okay. Well, we're definitely going to discard a land. We'll let him have the 3 damage. Too many of those. And they're getting really low. We're just Yorion beatdown. It could be a good game plan here. All right. Oath. That's not great. Any order. Now we're just going to go with a land tapped. And say go. Now we're actually probably just going to cycle this Veil, if given the opportunity, if they play Dark Confidant. Just because it's really not good right now. Well, they knew about that, so that probably wasn't great. All right, it's going to be Yorion o'clock. Probably Crocs. Oh, wait, they cannot Croxa. Maybe Ren and 6 to hit Dark Confidant, though, if they just play that. Well, Ren and 6 maybe to just hit Ren and 6. And then they attack it. That's probably not great. They can only do it so many times. Ooh, that was probably pretty good. Okay, all right. Ren and 6. Kill this. And now Ren and 6. Ping their Ren. Land, and say go. Yeah, it's unfortunate that it might come down to time here, but we are also just very far ahead, so I think I'll give ourselves some credit. So we know they have 1 land, I believe. Yeah, they do get to Croxa here, though, for what it's worth. That is pretty scary. But we're going to have 3 looks at a path. I guess this doesn't look that much, but... Okay. Oh no, we're in combat. You're in combat. Clock war. Oh no. Our poor opponent. You're in it. You're in combat. Let me tell you. Oh, okay, never mind. All right. Replaying Bob, I guess. No, you're in combat. Oh no, our poor opponent. Well, I hate to have this be our first win, y'all, but I do think we are pretty far ahead that we were going to win anyways, but we are going to win the time. You know, there's just no way around it, unfortunately. I mean, Yorion beatdown plus Dark Confidant hurting them a bit might be able to be real. Oh my. Well, I think it's worth it to have that draw 2 cards. Like, this play is just absurd. Like, look at this Yorion. We'll end on a positive note here with the old Yorion. One, 2, 3, 4. Done. Bring them back. All of a sudden, we have 6 cards. Land. Probably should have picked the other one. Bottom. Well, not the best of draws, but they will redraw, so there's that. But our opponent only has 13 seconds, so I guess here is the emblem. Just a bunch of bolts. Oh no, 2, 1. Rest in peace. All right, well that's round number 1 going to us. Maybe not in the most conventional way, but you know what? It's Magic Online. It happens. See you for round number 2. All right, and welcome to round number 2 here with Yorion's 4-color copycat. Now I would like to go first. I would love my Yorion. All right. This seems perfectly fine to me. No companion again. What a world to be, or what a time to be alive here. I'm gonna keep. God, now the question is, I really don't have any additional clue if I want to shock in a land to be able to play Lightning Bolt. So I guess I'll play Flooded Strand, so I can maybe get... God, do we have Sacred Foundry? White-red is not really the mana I want. I do want this to be a blue-green. So pretty unlikely... Oh, our opponent mulled to 5. That's too bad. Pretty unlikely that we would want a Lightning Bolt on turn 1. So that leads me to want to put this into play tapped anyways. It's pretty tough. I mean, we can get punished by them just going Goblin Guide or whatever. But then we already take the 2 damage anyways with this. So let's do that. Just put it into play tapped. You know, if they Goblin Guide, we kind of time walk ourselves for a turn. But that's if they play it. An elf, okay, I was going to say an elf would have done it as well, where I'd kind of regret it. All right, so now the question is, do we just want to jam Stoneforge Mystic? And I kind of think so, and then try to kind of back it up here. I'll try to say kind of one more time here for y'all. All right, so I think we just get the Plains, or we can get... a Temple Garden is kind of the color combination I want, but I think Plains is fine here. Blue-green, yeah, okay. So we'll go like this. We'll get Stoneforge. Now, I think just Batterskull here. I think it's the best thing to get in the dark without knowing what our opponent is truly playing. And then be able to evaluate. If we know, you know, it's going to be a control matchup, we're probably going to want that sword more. But even the control matchup, Batterskull is still quite good. So I think it's pretty reasonable either way. Now we'll see what they want to do. Oh, Boggles. All right. Well, that makes sense. They don't have a companion. So we're going to want to kill that. So let's start by ending this thing. Let's put this out. We'll say go. Now we have the option to remand something, quaddle, or just drop the old Batterskull. Be pretty hard to not want to just play Batterskull here. Yeah, it looks like we're kind of getting a little bit of the free spell here, a little bit of a walk. Now Breeding Pool, I would assume we definitely want something with green. We do have the green blue here. There's not really anything we can't cast by getting a breeding pool, so let's go like that. We can take some damage because we are batter skulling. Jam. Okay. Living weapon. Our opponent is going to have no idea we are a copycat deck. Okay. Ooh, looks like this could be a path. They have us stopped at our upkeep. That would be the only thing that would make sense. Yeah, I think that's fine. Now let's get a blue source, I think. A blue seems fine. Everything is a little bit tougher when you don't have that abundant growth ability here. Now the real question is, do we just want to just jam Jace? I think the answer is yes. And honestly, I just want to tick up on them because I know their hand has a bunch of auras. So all I want is to stop them from having a hexproof creature because there's no reason they wouldn't play it if they had it. So that's a pretty clear indication of what they're looking for, especially through this mulligan. So I bet they just kept a hand of Core Spirit Walker or Spirit Dancer and auras and hoped for the best. Now that, I think we'll let them have that. And we'll see if we're right. And now we're just going to try to Jace Ultimate them, I think. They might just concede on the spot, kind of figuring out what we're up to. So yeah, that's what we're going to do again. I am just going to prioritize keeping them away from a creature. No, they can have that. Now let's get a Teferi. Teferi Baum's Batterskull here is sweet. I guess we don't have another white source. Well, we can go Oath to start. All right, let's go Oath. Try to get a land, and this is going to be spicy. All right, so we got the Vista. Any order. Now let's keep white and blue available. So let's get rid of this. Let's go with this. Now I want these two together. Remember, Teferi can be cast for any mana thanks to Oath. So we're going to Teferi Bounce Batterskull. Now we're able to just put it down here if we want, knowing that they're top decking a land. Yeah, oh yeah, that was a spicy play. That was a spicy one. All right. So Boggles. Can't really target anything, so I'm kind of scared of this matchup, to be honest. Like a good Boggles draw, I don't really know how we're going to beat it. I really don't. I mean, I think Boggles is just kind of a bad deck. I mean, we're just going to have to aggressively combo him, I guess. Definitely not a matchup I was prepared for, I'll say that. Is Anger too slow? All our pass and bolt seem bad. Ugh. Anger is the only thing that can get creatures without targeting, so I think we just have to bring that in. Bolts can still get their non-hexproof creatures. Remand can stop something for a turn. A lot of air here, a lot of air. Helixes to maybe stay alive is probably better than Bolt. It is just an inconsistent deck, so I think we got to lean into that. I guess we keep our counter spells. Path also seems just okay. Renin 6 is probably really bad. I think we want the Mystic package. We can probably trim on it because it's also not that good. So I'll take off one of them. And then it's just got to be spot removal, I think. So maybe let's just take out a couple paths. I think bolting their early creatures is more important. But yeah, I'm scared of this. I'm scared of this post-board. So we'll see what we can do here. 2 modern matches in a row without companions. That is pretty wild. All right. So we are going to be aggressively looking for the combo because it's going to be pretty tough for them to break up. But outside of that, they're just straight up on the play, hexproof creature into auras for the rest of the game. I don't really know how we beat it, to be honest. So this could be a scary match. They mulled to 5 there, and we killed their only creature that didn't have hexproof, so that was a little easier. Oh, they do have Luris. They just forgot to click it. Oh, that makes so much more sense. Okay, well, I think we're going to keep. Got the Quaddle that maybe we can just jump in front and sneak kill something. Then we got one piece of the combo. Otherwise, it's not an insane hand by any means. Let's look at the game log, see if they're mulliganing. All right, looks like they just mulligan once. They are kind of like Tron, where they do need a specific draw, a specific subset of draws. No hexproof creature, how lucky. Okay. Oh. Well, now the question is, I mean, I think I want like Steam Vents, Green Red, Stomping Ground works as well. But then Quaddle is a turn late from being able to kill something. So we could just go this, Island, and hope. We could go Snow-Covered Island, say go. And then if they, strap this up beyond belief, our Quaddle is not going to do too much anyways, and then we can just strap that down. Yeah, I think it's safer to go like this because we don't know exactly what land we want, and mostly we don't know if the 3 snow lands is going to be enough to kill this because it could have first strike, right? Okay. So let's see how big they're going on this. Yeah, if they don't strap anything to this, then we almost assuredly play the Heath because we might just anger the gods and get them. Hushbringer. Okay. Now we definitely want to have anger mana. Oh no! Punished! Still think I'm going to go red-green here. Quaddle doesn't even draw a card. Ugh. I guess we couldn't have cast Helix anyways. Okay, but we'll say go. Maybe we just get to Quaddle and block this Scout anyways. I'll take the free block even if I don't get to draw a card on the hexproof creature. Highly doubt that'll happen. Okay, so technically I could block it. But this anger is so insane if it actually resolves that I don't want to block it because that's just food for Luris right now. All right, so we're gonna... Ooh, I can just get this. That's probably better. All right, let's get this land. Okay. I guess that Hushbringer does shut down our combo as well. God, any sack land there to be able to anger here would have been so huge. Now we could just Saheeli Rai and Scry, soak up some damage, and just hope to find a red source. I honestly think it's worth it. We're gonna win the game, combo or no combo, if we get a red source and we're able to clear these creatures, basically. So here I am just going to tick up just for a Scry and hopefully gain life. I do not want that. Holy, that would have been a bad draw. Any sack land is huge. Okay. Anything but pumping the toughness on the creatures would be great. Okay. Saheeli down. We had to kind of see that coming. Red. Dang it. Dang it, dang it, dang it. So we can't do much of anything here. I mean, we could just play Felidar Guardian just to get it in play. And it's a blocker for this Scout. And we're not blinking anything anyways. Okay, I kind of like it. And don't forget, we have our Companion. All right. 4 mana, 1/4. Let's go. 4 mana, 1/4 that does nothing. Path it, please. Path it. Path it. Path it. Path it. Dang. But I mean, if they don't strap this up, they can't get through with that. Suppression Field. Activated abilities cost 2 more. Okay. Oh, so they're just going for all the ways to shut down our combo, but that is not the way we're going to win, so. All right, Remount's not bad. It's not great. So unfortunately, I think we just have to... I can play Stoneforge Mystic because I can flash it into play next turn. Okay. All right, we found the line. We found the line. We're going to go Stoneforge. No search, of course. But now next turn, we can bring and play that sword and attack, untap. Eventually, we can get 2 red. And just anger here. Like, we're kind of sacrificing the Mystic, but like I said, I just want to control these creatures, and I feel pretty good about this. I'm gonna remand basically everything. That does suck, though. Okay. Don't think we can really block. Okay. Now, of course, we're 1 damage out, but I can Helix this to give us some leeway. Then they can lure us it back. So if I take 2 with Hollowed Fountain, and I put the sword into play, equip it. Okay. All right. I think I have a decent line. Okay. All right. I have a decent line. We're going to try this, see how it works. Do I have to take 2? Red, white. Maybe not. Okay, so if I play an equipped, if I put into play equipped Felidar Guardian, Hallowed Fountain tapped, attack, untap my lands, heal it. Nope, I do need to take it. I need the mana. 3, 4. Yeah, okay, all right. I think this is a decent plan. All right, so put this into play. Oh, it's 3 mana now. Yikes. Cost 2 more to activate unless they're mana abilities. So, yikes. Okay, well, we're in trouble then. Well, okay, so we can instead... I kind of would have to do that anyways, because I can Helix and then play a Quaddle. It's not great. Okay, we're just going to say go. Yep, that Daybreak Coronet just came at the perfect time. We really had him good if we would have drawn our Sackland 1 turn earlier, but I think we're going to lose because of it. But yeah, they're prepared for the combo. But that does make their deck just worse, you know? So I'm not totally opposed to it. So now, I mean, like, Teferi Bounce Rancor is kind of sweet. Oh, that's probably going to do it. Okay. 10. We're going to go to 7. Okay. Red, white, Lightning Helix. Play Quaddle. We don't even have any verdicts to be able to kill this. That would kind of be the card we really need here. All right, so if we block this, we take 6, go to 1. I think we need a little bit more wiggle room than that. So we can block with... The real question is, what are we drawing to? And with that suppression field, I don't think there's anything. Suppression field is a pain. Well, that's not true. We could go to Fairy into Saheeli and win if we could block and live. Nope, we're exactly dead. So we have to block with this. This gives the trample. I don't think we have out, so I'm trying to just think anything that we could do. All right, we'll put this in front. We'll try this. But I think we're just stone cold dead. And it was all because we didn't have that anger early. Okay. Then we were dead no matter what. So, all right. A sad game to lose because they really were not doing much. But, you know, their hate really did work. So, okay. So now Hushbringers, Suppression Fields. None of that really changes how we want to sideboard, except maybe Mystic on the play is better. And Path on the play is not as good because we do still have just a ton of spot removal. So yeah, let's do this. All right, just need a little bit better of a draw. A little bit more aggressive. We kept a bit of a weak one, but it had a combo piece. And I just kind of thought the game was going to play out a little differently, but not being able to quaddle early was a big problem. Yeah, that game just didn't go our way, that's for sure. And like I said, I do not think this is going to be a good matchup for us. I'm quite scared. If I was wearing boots, I'd be shaking in them, to be honest. So, all right. Yeah, we just don't have a very well set up deck to beat Boggles. But you know what? If we're going to lose to Boggles and that's our bad matchup that we're not prepared for, I think I'm okay with that. So I'm going to play first. Get Yorion. All right, they picked their Lurrus this time. Smart. Okay, we got a great hand. An absolute great hand here. So we got the turn 1 growth. We got the anger, and we can cast on turn 3 if they don't go too crazy. And I think that's going to be huge. But it's still, like, we can't really beat turn 1 Boggle, turn 2 Ethereal Armor plus Ethereal Armor or something like that, you know? So I could go Grove here and just strap the Grove to this so we don't have to take pain for it. That's probably best. All right. Abundant Growth. By the time we want to sack this, we'll be playing Yorion anyways, so... All right, that is pretty cute. And they kept oh! I was gonna say, they kept a 7-card hand, so we're dead, but not bad. All right, so we can either get a basic Snowland. I think if we're going to get a basic, we might as well do this. So let's get green or blue. Doesn't matter too much when we have an abundant growth. So I think we'll just go this and say go. And we'll see what 2-drop they have for us. Whatever it is, it's getting to Fairy Bounced. If it doesn't have Hexproof, it's going back. All right. Starting with a Canopy leads me to believe they only have another Horizon Canopy. Okay, or they kept a 1-lander. You never know. Otherwise, that doesn't make too much sense to me. To start with that. Little things like that I think are worth picking up. All right, Hushbringer, we're going to respond. Green. Green or blue? Probably blue. All right. Green, blue, Fang. Okay, we got the Helix for that as well. I think it's just Teferi Bounce. White, blue. Teferi Bounce. Hushbringer. Because now we can Guardian Bounce again next turn. Felidar Guardian Blink Teferi Bounce. Super sweet play when you're ahead on tempo. Really sets them back if that's just their only play again. Okay. No hexproof creature. Okay. That's even better for us. Oh, Felidar Guardian doesn't blink, but we have Jace here. So we can just Helix to get it out of the way. Now we're just going to Jace Bounce. Now the real question is, do we want... What other kind of mana? This feels like a dual turn. I have enough blue, so we can literally just get anything. Maybe just a Plains is fine. We're going to tick up. Snow-covered plains doesn't seem bad to me. White, red, okay. Blue, 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 blue. Jace. Bounce. All right, we'll say go. Now we just have Jace bounce again if they kind of make the same play. So we're not too afraid of that. Hush. Okay. Kind of just want to send it back. They can't play anything. So how about this sweet play? Let's go like this. It's pretty tough to not argue with just a Yorion play here, but blinking Jace is also kind of sweet. And using it this turn, yeah, I kind of like that. All right, so Felidar Guardian now. Guardian, blink Jace. Brainstorm. Now we can shuffle these cards away, so whatever we have extra of. I don't want this land. And oh, come on! Come on, we were just getting started. We did kind of wreck them on every single access of that turn. Like, that had to have been pretty frustrating. Quaddle on 2, Teferi bounce on 3, Jace bounce on 4. Turn 5, bounce with Jace, flicker it out, brainstorm. I mean, they just didn't have the good boggles draw. And that boggles my mind why they would keep a hand without the boggles. I'll see myself out. That was a terrible joke. Terrible joke. All right, stay tuned for a third and final round. This has been a weird Droppin Baums so far, but hey, a win's a win. Let's take that third win and let's get the old 3-0 with this week's Droppin Baum. We'll see ya next round for more 4-color Yorion copycat action. All right, and welcome to our third and final round here with Yorion's 4-color copycat on the play, so we cannot complain about that. See what we're up against. An opponent has 60 cards, so just doing it wrong, let me tell you. All right, Lurrus deck. And this hand looks nice. We're going to keep this. This looks perfect. Okay. Happily keep this. We got some Disruption, as well as the turn 2 Stoneforge, so we'll see what play is dictated here. Now, I think we can safely just get a Snow Island. I think that's best here. Play the Astrolabe. Teferi is a perfectly fine draw. We'll say go. What are we up against? So Jund Lurrus, I would imagine. Oh, okay. The Lurrus Hardened Scales deck. A lot scarier. A lot scarier. So now the question is it better to use up our counter spells first? Or is it better to get Stoneforge in? And I think it's better to use up our counter spells. Just because Arcbound Ravager is the card we're just terrified of. So anything I can do to prevent that, I'm going to try to do. Hanger Back Walker. So they can't really do much about this. I'm still just going to remand, but I'm not like super threatened by it. Now let's get... Do we need to get a duel? Probably not, but I'm happy to get like a forest. Maybe this is time for a duel. Yeah, let's just get a forest. I think this should be fine. We'll send this packing. All right. Now it'll be interesting what we decide to do, if it'll be Teferi. Teferi tick up seems kind of sweet. Nothing really punishes us for such a play. I don't really want to Teferi bounce this. And then next turn we could go like Stoneforge plus Mana Leak plus bounce, whatever they play, if they like decide to replay Hangerback. So I think that is actually pretty good. Let's do that. So let's add white. Teferi. Let's just tick up. And we'll say go. Now they could attack it down to 4. We Teferi bounce something. And then we'd have a blocker for them to finish it off. So I feel pretty good about this. But this is going to be a big turn for our opponent to do something meaningful that maybe we can't bounce. Arcbound Ravager, something that I'm still just afraid of. Okay, animation module. Okay. Don't have the mana to pay for it quite yet. So I would assume they would attack this. Not even caring about Teferi. Seems wrong to me, but what do I know? What do I know? Okay, so we're going to bounce Hanger back. So we don't want them to be able to put counters on and kind of interact in that way. Now, Stoneforge plus Mana Leak seems like kind of a slam dunk to me. Stoneforge for Batterskull here. The protection from any color isn't very valuable against them, but the Batterskull gaining life is definitely valuable. So we're going to easy Batterskull here. Say go. We even have a Lightning Bolt if we feel like making them use the Welding Jar if they don't make us Mana Leak. Throne of Geth. So then they want to go with Hanger back. I don't think I care too much about Throne. I definitely can't let both of them go. Second artifact, proliferate. I mean, they can like proliferate with the Welding Jar. I think I'm going to let Throne of Geth happen. Scary card. A little tough to play against, but I think this is okay. And I think this I'm going to Mana Leak. Now, I can't really block this because they can proliferate this by just sacking Welding Jar. So they do get to kill Teferi here, which is pretty strong. Or I just block here, but that seems worse. So we'll just let Teferi go. Okay. Teferi down. Now we can start with Oath next turn and then have mana for this. Could go Yorion, but it's not that good right now. I'd rather get stuff like Oath in play first. Something like Quaddle as well. So let's go with this. All right, there's Saheeli. Give him a little bit of a clue what we're playing here. Now the question is, do we want to take 2 with this? Or do we just want to put a Misty into play? I think I'd rather take 2 with this. Maybe get Mystic Sanctuary with Sackland. And then we'll just say go here. Quaddle plus Batterskull or Lightning Bolt here as good pieces of interaction. Luris, bring back Welding Jar is a little annoying. I don't know how good it is. It's definitely annoying, but... Okay. That I'm not in love with. But not much I can do. That's a scary one. But maybe we can just top deck Cat and end this real quick. So let's start with the Quaddle. Okay, now I think I'm just going to block this, see what they choose to do. They're probably just going to let it die, bring counters over to here. Okay. Okay, now we'll bring in this Batterskull. I'd love to just top deck Cat here to get this over with. Can't really attack with the Germ. Now we could... we can't really Saheeli copy Astrolabe. We can just Yorion. And that's probably worth it. Yeah, let's do that. Yorion plus Bolt and try to win next turn. I don't think we can die, especially if we can get a flyer. So we get a free attack here because we can just blink out Batterskull. So we're going to attack here. Maybe they just take it. Basically, we just want to gain life. We don't really care too much about the preventing of life. Okay. All right, they saw through our line. All right. We need to blink all these permanents. 1, 2, 3, 4. Done. And we'll play a mountain and we will say go. Lots of triggers. All right, we'll go get that sword. Activate here. No cat. I'd rather have the land. All are pretty bad. Draw a card. Wrong combo piece. And get a 4/4 germ. Pass to you. Not a bad turn whatsoever. But our hand is not great. Our hand is not ideal. But one nice thing is we can copy Yorion here to just blink out everything. I kind of never realized that interaction until just now. That's quite spicy. We just get rid of the token as the legend. It's kind of cute. Allows us to kind of infinite chump block with this germ and gain some life. Which is not nothing. But like Walking Ballista here might just be lethal. Okay. Let's see what they find. They still have access to Luris. Steel Overseer. A strong card. But not insane. Okay. We'll just untap. Cat. Quattro. Not a bad draw, of course. Now the real question is, what do we want to do? So no flyers. So I could kind of get in with the Sword and Feast and Famine and make them discard whatever card they have. And then get to untap. That's a commitment of 4 mana. I can even play Saheeli before that. That's pretty spice. All right, I think I have a plan here. Let's try this. So we're kind of giving up comboing this turn, but I don't think I'm gonna lose this turn. And I can actually hold up a mana leak. Oh, okay, this is gonna be all kinds of spicy. All right, so let's put a sword into play. 1, 2. Equip here. Now I can play Saheeli or I can float a little bit of mana. I think to be mana efficient, it's better to play Saheeli. All right, so we're gonna get our one of Mystic Sanctuary. Okay, we're gonna put this mana leak on top. Now we're gonna play Saheeli. I guess we don't have to tap this. Red. This is gonna be awesome. Okay, play Saheeli, not activate it. Attack. The beats. Probably sacrificing that. Okay. God, this is going to be an awesome play. It's gonna be so sweet. Okay. So take 6, discard, untap. What was their last card? It was the Ballista. Yes. Okay, so we have Mana Leak on top. So now let's play Ice Fang to start. If Cat's on top, that kind of sucks because we could have just won, but... Oh yeah, we knew Mana Leak. That's right. So now... Time to blink. Let's make a copy of Yorion. I'm going to keep this Yorion. But now we're going to blink out everything, even Yorion. Wow, this is insane. Okay, done. Now I think we just say go. Yeah, return these. Yorion returning itself is kind of weird. So want to put this at the bottom, then these. Okay. No. Still no cat. Any order. Draw. Draw. Living weapon. Blink out stuff. We have all our mana we need, so we can blink out these again. Can even blink out Saheeli to guarantee that it lives. Just those. Okay. And we'll say go, discard one of these lands. All right, that was one heck of a turn. Our hand is still bad somehow, but they don't want to play Luris because we just counter it. So we're just looking for Cat to end this. Ren, any order. Draw. Yikes. Nothing we can really do except bolt something. I don't think that's worth it. Remand. Well, still no luck. We can start by Abundant Growth. Still no Cat. That's pretty strong though. White, blue, blue to Fairy. We can try to bounce this Arcbound Worker or Arcbound Ravager. Yep. 1/1 counter on everything. Seems totally fine. Still dies to Lightning Bolt. Always yield. Maybe we just have lethal here. I guess, yeah, we probably just have lethal. Let's see what they do with this. Sacking to proliferate. And here is where we get to go a bolt. Regenerate it, at least tap it. Just a 13/13, no big deal. Okay, yeah, we do have lethal here. What a game. I mean, we did some cool stuff, I have to say. So we'll equip here. We will make a copy of Quaddle. And there's the Cat, of course. Just when we got him dead anyways. Where's the fun in that? 6, 7, 8. All right, have him untap. And now we got the Ren and 6 to finish him off. That was a wild game. A little low on the clock, which is a little bit of a tilt, but what can you do? All right, Anger and Helixes seem pretty good against this deck. The Mana Leaks were surprisingly good, but I think they're not supposed to be. Jace also doesn't feel that good. Paths are excellent. Quaddles seem good. Ren and 6 seems good. Oath is okay. Let's get rid of remands on the draw. And honestly, Teferi seems pretty weak. And we'll trim a Jace. Let's go something like this. What a cool game one. That interaction with Saheeli being able to blink itself out is just unreal. Saheeli with Yorion is absolutely unreal. I did not even notice that interaction until today. I was today years old when I figured that out. All right. Sam seems fine. We are missing some stuff here, but one sack land and we are off to the races. Scales, not what we love to see, but not bad. Okay, I'll say go. Think we just want blue-green. Yep. Blue-green tapped. Land, please. Oh, yeah. Okay, so we can only really Ice Fang, but still quite good right now. Teferi is going to be awesome as well. Oh, this is going to be sweet. Drew the land. I'll take 2. No big deal there. Green, blue, Coatl. Okay. Now the question is, do we want a Teferi or just Quaddle and Path? I think this is still just a Teferi turn. Seems great to me. Even if they attack Teferi, not a big deal since we have that extra one. So let's do that. We'll say go. I'm going to leave the blocker back as the illusion that I care about Teferi, but I really don't. Stirring's probably hit a land. Try to at least. Yep. Okay. It's nice that we get to Ren and 6 that now. Yeah, we're going to let that die. We did not actually care. Okay. Could just take 2 with this. Green, red. It's a little awkward. Yeah, it's a little awkward. Actually, I think I want to go with this. Yeah, the plains is kind of hurting us a little bit here. Let's go with red. Now we have Death Touch. Ren. Kill this. And now we can Path as well as block here. So whatever they go to module onto, pathing is just a great sequence here. And then like Quaddle plus Teferi next turn seems awesome. Yep. Okay. So yeah, we got our play pretty set. Oh, we're wrecking them this game, to be honest. All right, so we'll block here. See what they module onto. Okay. Path. Well, Bolt just killing this seems decent. But I think Teferi plus Quaddle just seems a little bit better. Now, I think I just want a Snow Plain or a Snow Island anyways, so we'll return Vista. We'll get blue, white, red. Teferi. Do we care to bounce this? Honestly, not really. Well, yeah, okay. We'll bounce it because we're going to Yorion. Yeah, okay. Now we'll say go. Now we get to Quaddle, and then next turn Oath plus Yorion is just absolutely obscene. Yep. A little bit more annoying. Green, blue, Quatel. All right. Now we can just bounce to fairy. We can just cat to fairy if we felt like it. Yeah, actually, this seems awesome. Let's try this. So, we're gonna tick up. Felidar Guardian, blinking to fairy. Now let's bounce, hanger back. And if they try to sack it in response to prevent us from drawing, we get to Bolt Ravager. Putting them in a rough spot. Wow, the synergies that I'm just noticing this game. Like, look, if we Yorion next turn, we bounce out Felidar Guardian and these permanents, as well as get to, when Guardian comes back, blink out Yorion to do it all over again. That's just obscene. Here we got a couple Thopters, no big deal. We don't get to draw a card, no big deal. Kill one of them. Let's sack this. I think we got another forest. Yeah, I think we're fine with this. Oath. And there's Saheeli. We've represented, or we've shown off the combo. Now they have to disrupt it. Otherwise, they're just dead. I wouldn't be shocked if they just concede. This game has been just an absolute smashing. Oh my God, that was so awesome. God, I love this deck. Stay tuned for the deck tech where we talk about our matches as well as any changes that I would make. See you there. All right, and welcome to the deck tech. Ooh, was this deck an absolute delight to play? I think me and Zach Allen are onto something because this played out insanely well. The interaction with Felidar Guardian and Saheeli Rai, two of our combo pieces with Yorion, is just absurd. You know, being able to cast Yorion, not blink out Saheeli, negative Saheeli on Yorion to get a copy of it, blinking out Yorion itself, then when Yorion comes back off Yorion's own trigger, you get to blink stuff off again and get just essentially double triggers is something that is basically unheard of. And something that I haven't really seen any decks doing. And you get to do the exact same thing with Felidar Guardian. When you blink out Felidar Guardian with Yorion, when Guardian comes back, you can blink out Yorion and then blink out everything to bring it back on your opponent's end step again. Just taking advantage of Yorion in one extra level, as well as us being a fast combo deck that is honestly quite resilient. So I think this deck is the real deal. We 3-0'd, you know, up against John Boggles and the green-black scales here. And it seems great except for having to click through the combo for opponents that won't concede. You know, that is the biggest downfall to this deck. But if this were to be an in real life tournament, I would snap this off for my next Modern tournament in a heartbeat. So let's talk about the individual cards here. We got one Mystic Sanctuary as far as lands. Otherwise, nothing really too impressive here. One Waterlog Grove for Ren and 6. But mostly, we're not that good of a deck to boil. Like, we have Stomping Ground, we have Plains, Mountain, 2 Forests, Sacred Foundry. You know, normally these blue-based Mystic Sanctuary decks are really vulnerable to choke and boil, but we are not. Let's talk about the removal here. We got 3 Bolt, 4 Path. I think Path is the best removal spell right now, but it's close because, you know, being able to Bolt Luris and stuff like that without ramping your opponents is very valuable as well, but having that unconditional removal spell to be able to path anything seems awesome. And then we got 10 of these cantrip effects that are great to blink out with Yorion. Abundant Growth being the worst of them because Astrolabe has been notoriously the best in most decks, but Oath of Nissa actually is the best in this deck because we have so many Planeswalkers. It gets both pieces of the combo, and blinking that with Yorion is just excellent. So I like 10. 10 felt very good. I could see 11, but I think that's pushing it. Then we got the Stoneforge Mystic package, something I was really experimenting with. I wanted something that didn't lean into the combo side, and something that your opponent would have to kind of sideboard in a weird way to be able to beat. So I chose Mystic. You can also do like Seasoned Pyromancer, which is completely reasonable as well. Of course, that brings Sword of Feast and Famine and Batterskull, the two best options in my opinion. Then we got our counter spells. 3 Mana Leak, 2 Remands. I think Mana Leak is the better one. But Remand has its spot where it's... Oh, excuse me. Sorry about that. But Remand has its great spot as well. We're a combo deck that just tempoing them out is also excellent. So I like the split. I could even see like 3 and 3. The counter spells were really good. Oath of Chandra is pretty bad. So let's change this Oath of Chandra to a 3rd Remand. Let's go 3 and 3 on counter spells. Ren and 6 doesn't even really fit with this deck that well, but it's just so powerful at destroying Dark Confidants, at destroying Noble Hierarch Birds, and then also making sure we hit our land drops. It's worth it. It's just a good card. Just play it. 4 Quaddles, excellent against aggro, you know, decent against control as well. Something that's nice to strap a Sword of Feast and Famine to. Then we got Saheeli, Felidar Guardian. This is our combo. We are an infinite cat deck, as you saw in these games. And then some of our value planeswalkers. Teferi Time Reveler is not only good at slowing down our opponent, but also the static of protecting our combo and being able to go Teferi into Felidar Guardian, bounce 2 things, Yorion, blink it out as well. Teferi has a lot of great synergies in this deck, and I think you don't leave the home without 4 of, or don't leave your home without 4 of them. And then Jace the Mind Sculptor, I'm pretty medium on. It has been just okay. It's never really taken over for me. I could see that being something else, to be honest, which is kind of weird. Maybe Teferi, Hero of Dominaria, maybe? Maybe, you know, who knows? I think that's a good card. We're stocked in the 5 drops because we always have a Yorion, but, you know, it is different roles here. Let's move on to the sideboard here. We got 3 Lightning Helix, 3 Anger the Gods as our anti-aggro stuff, and that is basically when we take out Mana Leaks, Remands, and maybe like a Jace or something like that. But if we take out Oath and we put in a Remand, the obvious take out Helix, Anger for counter spells is pretty easy. 4 Veil of Summers, I think it's absurd to leave home without any less than 4 in a green deck where you're a combo deck that's trying to push through your very powerful things as well as stop your opponent from thought seizing you. So just play 4 of the card. It's banned in basically every format and there's a reason because of it. It's insane in the matchups. It's good. 2 Disputes as just kind of your 5th and 6th Veil, basically, but can also counter a Jace, counter a Teferi, something like that against like Bant Control, or even these counterbalance control decks, which are popping up. Speaking of the counterbalance decks, Ashiok's also really good against, Dredge, Bant Control, anything with Uro, Temur or Rosa. Ashiok's just a good card. I could honestly see main decking it if we had a little bit more graveyard synergies, which we don't. But it's close. It's that good of a card in Modern, so. All right, everybody. I hope you enjoyed this week's Dropping Bombs. We dominated, and I gotta say, I love this deck. I highly recommend playing it. Just watch out for those clicks when you have to combo off. That's the only bummer part of the deck when you're playing a Magic Online tournament. But all right, everybody, that'll do it for this week's Dropping Bombs, and we will see you next week for some more awesome Magic action. See you then.